get the phone.
Enough. Stop.
Okay, bro. Look at that. It looks like a spring, and then it bounces to me. Look at it. Look at it down. Then. It keeps bouncing. Why? Oh, mommy.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. Welcome to the special Saturday edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see fourth-year quarterback Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys as they take on Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. With that, let's get up to the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. We're standing by for the call. Our Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look here. Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago.
This Mario head keeps playing. Oh my God.
I'm not going to go for it tomorrow. As they get ready to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys.
You can't wait till the last minute to go there.
Calling the action from the top, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis with you. We got an NFC's matchup here, CD. Most difficult division year to year to really predict. In fact, no team has recreated this division champ since 2004, 15 years ago.
And that was the Eagles, correct?
Yeah, back-to-back.
Let's be honest about it. The way
that
these teams match up, the way that they draft, all trying their best to win their division, very similar styles. Eagles won the Super Bowl not that long ago. Washington D.C. They were winning the division last year late in the season. How about New York with the Giants trying to make their move? And, of course, Dallas won the division a year ago. But this division is so interesting with Saquon Barkley in New York. Did you know that the caddy of Tiger Woods wore Saquon Barkley's jersey underneath his caddy outfit at the Masters in 2019 when Tiger won for the first time in a long time? Let's be honest about it. Saquon Barkley, he's pretty popular.
The Cowboys take over with their fourth-year quarterback, Dak Prescott, at the helm. The passing yards, a career high last year, close to 3,900, but protection was a problem for Dak Prescott. His 56 sacks taken were one fewer than his previous 2 years combined. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Where are you going, Mom?
They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over the game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through,
Oh my God, oh my God.
A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my
Because when I
God.
watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And down inside the 15 he goes. And between the last two plays, they moved it over half the length of the football field. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, and they're dominating the line of scrimmage.
And the offensive starters for Dallas.
It's so good to see big number 72, Travis Frederick, back in a Cowboys uniform. Remember, he missed all of last season with Guillain-Barré syndrome. And prior to that, he'd been to the Pro Bowl 4 straight times at center. And his return, a huge boost to the offensive line. Better to have him in uniform than coaching.
And avoids the contact by sliding. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. And we peek at the defense now for Philadelphia.
Malcolm Jenkins entered the NFL as a cornerback and has transitioned to safety, but still retains his good coverage skills.
Move, Jordan. Move, 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 move.
Prescott from the gun on third. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right
Come back
call
over
on
here
against
out
the
the
right
way,
defense.
Jordan. Move out the way so I can see now. I'm going to bust you. Move.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here come the Eagles for their initial possession of the game. They'll be led out by their 6'5" quarterback out of North Dakota State. It's Carson Wentz.
He didn't have as many throws or plays in college as many of the quarterbacks that were coming out in the draft, but he maximized what he had. Ended up winning 2 national championships as a starting quarterback at North Dakota State.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Now a 2-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now on 2nd and 13, Wentz. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Malik Collins, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you, because it seems to be working pretty well.
So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know, they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. Who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league. Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? A cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
I don't know whether I want to be a fly on the wall or not when they hear the explanation of how he One of the bigger targets on the field, the tight end can be that wide open and uncovered downfield. Who blew that assignment?
Somebody did.
No doubt about it. There's no way you're not going to account for him.
Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Throwing, Prescott, rush coming, and he's taken down. Nigel Bradham flying in and laying the lumber defensively.
You and I both know we're into a whole new realm of football because we're not just looking at tendencies anymore. We're looking at analytics, and I've got to think the analytics on 3rd and 1 say run the football.
Of course, the door for Maher was opened after a little bit of a surprise move. The Cowboys letting go of Dan Bailey last year.
Yeah, Maher took over in the preseason. He's from Nebraska via the Canadian Football League where he kicked for 4 years. And I saw him personally make 2 game-winning field goals last season against Detroit and in Atlanta.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. On first down, Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Wentz going to throw. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An out cut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion. And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jalen Smith able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. And, Charles, they only needed a yard there. They try to pass the football. What do you think?
Well, I can't really go all out and kill them for the call because that 3rd and 1 fake and throw it over the top for a big play, that often does work. But in this situation, the pressure got to him. NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, we're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let them get to the second.
Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Here's Prescott. On the left side, Gallup's got it. Touchdown, Cowboys! 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Yeah, let's go sack lunch.
Working from the gun, Wentz. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. And that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. Welcome to the special Saturday edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see Big Ben Roethlisberger, and the Pittsburgh Steelers as they do battle with the reigning MVP of the National Football League, Patrick Mahomes, and the Kansas City Chiefs. With that, we're out to Arrowhead for the call from Kansas City. We'll hand it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach. Well, first opened way back in 1972. There's a look at Arrowhead Stadium, part of the Truman Sports Complex here in Kansas City. The scene just a few moments ago, predictably loud and raucous here at Arrowhead as their beloved Chiefs took field, and they are set to match up with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and we got a fun game today. I think the thing I'm most looking forward to, tell me if you disagree, is Ben Roethlisberger and Patrick Mahomes, separated by 14 years of age, but both very good quarterbacks.
What you're looking forward to is watching them both hand off to their running backs, right? I mean, that's got you excited, right?
No, not at all.
I mean, think about this. Both of them over 5,000 yards passing last year. Big Ben #1 in the league, Patrick Mahomes #2. Both of them always candidates to go over 5,000 yards.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Patrick Mahomes now in his 3rd season in the league, leading the Chiefs onto the field. And boy, when the Chiefs traded starting quarterback Alex Smith before 2018, a lot of people were wondering how good Patrick Mahomes could be, and he showed the entire league how good he could be, racking up over 5,000 yards and tied for 2nd most passing touchdowns in a season with 50 of them. And he was handed the MVP and Offensive Player of the Year awards. Here's a guy on his 4th franchise in 2 years, Carlos Hyde. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The tackle there by Mark Barron. And quickly now, a look at the Kansas City offense.
When you look back to 2014, you wonder how running back Damian Williams went undrafted. He's been productive in Miami, been productive in Kansas City, and in 2018, had the highest yards per attempt in his career with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And some space here. That good for 22 and a 1st down. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting the tone early for his defense.
Mahomes firing complete. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are going to take a 1st quarter lead. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was all capped by Patrick Mahomes using his legs to get in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Steelers make their way out. The Killer Bees are no more. Only one remains, and that's their quarterback, number 7, Ben Roethlisberger. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. And the reception made by Dante Moncrief. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. And let's take a look at the Steeler offense.
And now the spotlight falls on wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster, because with the acrimonious departure of Antonio Brown to Oakland and Le'Veon Bell moving on to the New York Jets, he is truly the #1 target for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Flying in to blow that play up, Alex Okafor. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. That's really, really different.
And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive #1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
And a look at the Steelers' defensive unit.
Bud Dupree came out of the University of Kentucky determined to let everyone know that they play football there as well as basketball. A terrific pass rusher off the edge.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Travis Kelce, the all-pro tight end, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play, because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down. And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing now is Mahomes. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Williams. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They'll try to run it in. It's Williams. And Williams is in for a Chiefs touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown run, and the Chiefs add on to their lead.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Butker on for the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. That time, a 9-play drive. And in the end, it was all capped off by the Damian Williams touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try to generate some offense on it.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is just going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and this is what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
Here we go. Black 30. Black, what's that? 65.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That goes for a gain of 31. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later. I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. The sack comes from Anthony Hitchens.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. And this is caught at the 8. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 10 yards gets him closer, but now it's 4th and goal. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 23. They begin the drive with Williams, refusing to go down. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. Travis Kelce, the 30, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Travis Kelce, 82 yards. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
The extra point up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a A little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. A gain of 6 there on first. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. To throw again on second down. Roethlisberger over to the right side, caught by Moncrief. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Ben leads to counter on the draw. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Mahomes now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. 20. Caught Kelsey, left side. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Mahomes now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. All at a 360. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. Now another timeout called for by the offense as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Steven Nelson able to get a hand in coverage.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage. You see,
and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. And the kick by Butker is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. Butker, what a pickup he's been for Kansas City the last 2 years. Remember, he was drafted by Carolina to be the eventual successor to Graham Gano. That didn't pan out. Casey got him as a free agent. He's been really good.
Yeah, Gano said, oh no, I'm keeping my job. But Butker found his home in Kansas City. A franchise record for points scored in his first 2 seasons.
It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one is maybe not exactly in the bag yet, but there is definitely a big mountain to climb in this third quarter. The teams are already back out there, so let's not waste any time as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now this throw, it's complete. It's Moncrief with it. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Letting one go deep for the end zone. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Sammy Watkins, 74 yards. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done. It's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Butker now to add the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
What's going on? Yeah. Oh, about the trucks. Yeah, that's not for us to, that's for what's coming in. Yeah, that's inbound. Yeah. So those new trucks that's coming, so those 5 that you got are for the new trucks that's coming in.
Fairly short kick, taking it to 14
yeah.
here. And a pretty slick
Man.
return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Shit, the 11:49 is done. I was gonna put them motherfuckers, take them bitches to CSTX, but we can't.
It has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
I mean, yeah. But like I said, we got to match the serial numbers and shit like that, though.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and
They
10
won't.
at their own 43.
Just the model number.
They go play action now. Roethlisberger. He's going to launch it for 1. It's caught inside the 25.
Okay. I mean, if they match up and they the same type of truck, then I'll take them.
Steelers.
Except for the one that's already back, which that one just came out of service. That one good.
And the Steelers are able to close the
And
gap just
I said, except for the one that just came out of service. You know what I'm saying? Those 2 tan ones, they fairly new. They up armor.
They need a few big
So they
plays to go
straight.
their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done,
The box and the one that we already got. Remember, we already got one new one from New York. So that one can still go. We already been using it. And then the box truck. So really all I need to do is just take one.
Extra point put through
And then
by
I don't think we get no hummus.
And that will shave one more off this lead.
Yeah.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Yeah.
That'll be taken in the end zone.
Ooh, look at you. Got the boot and everything.
Bring it out in a good one as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Oh, yeah. Like a sock, you just slide it on.
Now as they get set to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tackle and see what you did on the last drive. When you score,
Bam, I fucked that pass up.
then when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Yeah.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open. That would have been an easy throw.
Now Mahomes' throw complete to his tight end, Kelsey. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
I spent $10 from when we downloaded.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be.
Well, yeah, it might be, but it took a while for it to download.
Able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
To download it and play it. Yeah, I still got like 4 hours left.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Forced out to, and he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
They only let you go so far. I made it to the NFL. I got drafted.
He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right?
Yeah, what pick was you?
Technique, but if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground.
26, yeah, that's what I was too. I mean, I did decent. I mean, I was 18 out of 24 for us the passes. Yeah.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. To throw, it's Mahomes. Going for the deep ball. And he bats it away. And it
we go to the who? The Ravens?
The Pro Bowl,
oh, the Raiders.
Hill, the intended receiver.
Yeah.
And it's
I mean, it's cool. I like it.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading. Trying to
Yeah. I got my ass slaughtered my first game.
He goes.
Well, I ain't gonna say I got slaughtered.
For a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill.
Okay.
60 yards. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
I don't know. I played Atlanta, and then I ain't played the second one. I lost to Atlanta by 3.
Mahomes to Hill.
And think about the number of ways that they are dangerous. Because
Cowboys
Hill can run
tough,
past
bro.
anyone, so you can throw it all the way downfield to him. but also on the shorter catches, as we saw here. Catch it underneath, catch it in front of someone. He makes a move or uses his speed, and he's still gone. Either way, he can go the distance.
And either way, good luck.
Yeah.
No problem there on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
I'm whooping Steelers ass right now.
So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown.
Yeah, man. Motherfucking Patrick Mahomes got that 366 yards passing in the third quarter. Oh, I love it over 19.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Yeah, it's hard though. Like, you got as far as the timing and passing and shit, like you gotta be, you can't just throw the motherfucker no more. You gotta actually be on point with the passing. And the running too, like, I'm running, but if you don't take your time to try to bust through the line, it's gonna fuck you up. Yeah, this game's built for Le'Veon Bell's ass. Yeah, this game's built for Le'Veon Bell's ass.
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in
James
terms of
Conner
stats.
just broke.
It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10.
I said he just broke for like 20.
Out there, watching for trouble on the road and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if we can drive the bus here again on this drive.
Yeah,
Kept him in check until that run. That's the first time he's really got
he gonna fall over play and
And you
shit.
have to keep that in mind. Don't dwell on the fact that he finally
Yeah, he gonna fall over play and shit.
counting on that as the game
Damn,
went on.
Roethlisberger's 15 for 15. That motherfucker ain't scored incomplete all game.
Strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that,
I mean, yeah, but not 15 for 15.
Reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid
Depending on where they count right now, that's what damn sure.
Often alters the normal spacing and run fits,
I'm
and leaves creases
16
like
for 16.
right there.
There go play action with Roethlisberger.
300 yards passing down there.
Over the middle, it's Washington.
3. Yeah, I'm winning. I'm whooping that ass. I'm up by 21.
That one a first down
38 to 17.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks.
Shit, it ain't been easy,
no
though.
matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice
you played all night.
That wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. Now big hit. He lost the football. It's loose.
Right.
Plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield.
I at least once a month turn it off.
In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Really nice gain on the completion. However, still 3rd and goal that they face now.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out.
That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown.
I mean, like I said, I took Jordan out, let him run around. He didn't want to stay out because it was too hot. Yeah, he didn't want to stay out long because it was too hot. But we think about going to the little pool tomorrow, taking the kids.
If they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be
like
a slant.
Yeah,
$7 or $8 or something like
it's
that.
tough to execute offensively, but you're saying don't forget.
It's only like 20 minutes away.
Yeah,
the joint I
one
sent
thing
you.
that you're taught is to not get caught inside or
I said I sent it to your
inside,
phone.
so you guard that a little bit more.
Yeah,
So it gives you a
I'm
little
gonna
bit
take
more
him to that
space to
joint
operate
tomorrow.
outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
It's like $6 a person.
That will get him one closer. So that drive in total 8 plays.
Nah, I don't think so, man. We looked it up. I'm going to call him tomorrow, though, but I don't think so. I think that's a different one she was talking about. Yeah, I got Delaware tears on my foot. Yeah, but I think the one Cotton was talking about is different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it's this one. Because it didn't say that. We looked it up, and it didn't say this one.
Mahomes now on first down. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter.
It keeps saying he gave up.
It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4.
Facebook, you can't believe nothing
now
on
a throw
Facebook.
for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete.
You can't believe nothing on
He'll be
Facebook.
stopped right at midfield. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Well, he's still healthy. Shit. That's all that matters to me. Come on, Kelsey. Y'all killing him with the Chiefs, man. I'm about to be up 21. So I'm killing him with the Chiefs. I'm about to be up 21. I like the arcade mode on all Madden. That's a whole lot easier for me to play. Because they do a lot of over-the-top plays, and they do less penalties. So you can break a little easier, run a little bit easier.
They've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Yeah.
14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Yeah, and when they get in the zone, bro, I love it when they get in the zone.
Stomped down. How about that?
Back-to-back
completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. A good chance
to
put this game on ice. This is first and goal. Eluding the pressure. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. They had the lead in the fourth, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows.
You got a trophy on your ass. I said they got a trophy on your ass.
Catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
The extra point up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The drive time 5 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
I like it though. Like I said, I'm gonna get it. That's why I like it.
This will be fielded.
I usually don't get mad.
Then he'll take this across the 25.
Yeah,
Couple
I
extra
usually don't
yards
get
up to
mad,
the
but I like it, so I'm gonna get
27-yard
it.
line.
I said I usually don't get mad, but I like it, so I'm gonna get it.
And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away
left
from
your
what
shit
you
on
did
all night.
because that
Damn.
worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You left your shit on all night.
Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. A false start backs him up 5. First and 15. Now it's Roethlisberger. On the left side.
Yeah, tell your brother somebody do it.
Call it a gain of 5.
Tell your brother somebody do it. Log it.
It's 2nd and 10. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot
of yeah, they gonna be your dude now. But at least you can play head to head. I said at least you'll be able to play head to head probably.
Get better and be ready for the next time. Hopefully with a chance to win.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40.
Yeah. I don't know, like even after this, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'll be able to play it no more until it comes out.
Defensively, I know they have the
I don't think I'll be able to play it no more until it comes out.
Give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So
Yeah.
in this situation,
and he loses the football a second time. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
Yeah, I ain't tripping yet. I've been streaming. I'm streaming it now.
This play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover for his squad.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Okay. Yeah.
Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this.
Tyrann Mathieu, normally known for the pass coverage. This time, a sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty
deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
Oh, God.
Critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. Roethlisberger. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter.
Just came from downstairs.
There's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done as you noted, and they did.
The fourth down.
No, you say something.
Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Oh, shit. Come around on you.
And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Again on second down. Roethlisberger. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Mom?
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. But it'll be second and goal. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. They've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. On third and goal, Roethlisberger looking end zone, but it's incomplete. How about the defensive stand here from first and goal, 3 straight incompletion.
Yeah, I think people wonder why didn't they try and run it at least once in there. But once the first incompletion happened, it's almost like they were committed to throwing the ball from then on out.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that will shave one more off this lead. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Sammy Watkins, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. But what we just saw, we've seen a lot of broken tackles, and they're leading to a huge touchdown play.
Yeah, none of them more glaring than what we just saw there, but we've seen it throughout this game, whether it's in tight, running through the line, out in open field. They haven't been able to get these runners down very well. I have a feeling they'll be in pads a lot next week, working on their tackling.
Extra point safely through, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge. And someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Ben to throw again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. One last shot for Roethlisberger. Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continue. They can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Chiefs victorious here as we say so long from Arrowhead.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. Welcome to the special Saturday edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Ahead, we'll get a look at Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers as they take on Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. With that, let's get up to the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. We're standing by for the call are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Opened back in 2003. Have a look at the Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the San Francisco 49ers. Happy to be on hand. I'm Brandon Godden with Charles Davis. And before we kick, partner, your keys to the game, please.
Well, my keys are on the defensive side of the ball for both teams. And the big one, making sure you avoid giving up the big play. These safeties are going to get tested all game long. Their job, keep the ball in front of them, tackle people, make them run extra plays in order to try and score.
Gold now out to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. There's Carson Wentz bringing out the Philadelphia Eagles. 21 touchdown passes, just 7 interceptions for him last year until a back injury knocked him out in Week 14. First carry now for Jordan Howard. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Quickly now, a look at the Eagles' offensive starters.
Two-time All-Pro center Jason Kelsey is one of the most athletic centers in the league. In fact, he went to the University of Cincinnati as a walk-on linebacker before converting to the offensive line. Can pull, trap, get out in front of runners in any situation, and one of the more intelligent centers in the league as well, handling all of their line calls.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. A give to Howard running left. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. And the 49ers on the defensive side of the football.
Dee Ford, a lightning-quick edge rusher, has made his way from Kansas City to San Francisco, and no one happier than interior defensive lineman DeForest Buckner. That should free him up for more one-on-ones inside, and Ford's speed off the edge will surely make quarterbacks get rid of the ball a whole lot quicker.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Wentz to throw. Shreds the tackle, escaping the pressure. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
So here are the Niners now to get their first drive. And they're led out by a guy who learned from one of the great ones in his first few years in Tom Brady. This is Jimmy Garoppolo.
When you're a backup to one of the all-time great players, if you don't spend time picking that guy's brain or just watching and observing how he does things to increase your game, then you've wasted that time. I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is that type of a player. I think those lessons learned have a chance to transmit themselves very well.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. Malik Jackson, the 6'5" D tackle with a sack.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. There's Garoppolo to throw. Incomplete. George Kittle, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down. And these are the guys we're about to see down on the turf in just a moment.
Joe Staley, the left tackle, one of the most respected players in the league, as well as one of the most talented.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
On now is the 27-year-old rookie, Mitch Wisnowski, to punt, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Gets around him. Oh, look at the juke. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in.
Oh.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. And when people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Pretty solid coverage there by the All-Pro Richard Sherman, able to get a hand in.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Taylor. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. On 1st down, McKinnon again. He will push his way down to about the 14. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. And the defense now for the Eagles.
Playing in his 11th season in the NFL is defensive back Malcolm Jenkins, who entered with the New Orleans Saints as a cornerback before shifting back to safety, where he's had his best years. Terrific football IQ, tremendous tackler, can also guard receivers in the slot.
A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in?
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Niners have taken the early lead. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Snap coming at 1. Now Wentz gets this to his running back, Jordan Howard. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march off another 15 against your squad.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Wentz now to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because give up the sack in the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit.
And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Elliott good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Malik Jackson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. To the right side, caught by Saleh. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down a distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
This is brought in at the 21. Oh, and now he bowls him over. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I know for us it's fun. And it's not so much fun for the rookie receivers when we see them coming into the league and we're going to training camps. You see them working on getting 2 feet down instead of 1. But the best ones train in college trying to get 2 down instead of 1, so the transition's a little bit less. In this case, though, wasn't able to complete it anyway. Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
He's still barreling through. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain of 13. It's a first down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime preview. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey,
writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. They'll try to run for it with Howard. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Hey, we haven't been around the entire time football's been played, but we have studied our history, and there have been some great backs who've been accused of running out of bounds to protect themselves. Well, back in the day, many people didn't like that. But nowadays, take care of the football, show some intelligence, live to fight another down.
On 1st and goal, Howard. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone.
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Eagles have taken the lead. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive. And how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Elliott on for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And finishing it off with a touchdown run was Jordan Howard. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Tevin Coleman and the rest of the offense making their way back out. You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives?
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better about what they're doing when they know they've had multiple opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, well, the conclusion we can draw so far, they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. Let's see if they change tunes. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Garoppolo. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Wentz going to throw. And that is caught. One-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Elliott now to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. One play, long touchdown pass into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. 15 seconds, all that remains for this first half as they come up 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Over the middle, complete. It's Taylor. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Garoppolo now, 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Taylor. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Trent Taylor in the final seconds of the first half. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6.
Terrific. Touchdown. I know we've got a game now.
Yeah, I think anytime you go to the second half down just 1 or 2 scores, you feel not where you want to be, but in a pretty good spot.
And I think for most teams, when they go into the half in this situation, it's not a lot of adjusting going on. It's much more, all right, guys, let's just play a little bit better than we did in the first half.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. Back and forth, we win in that first half. This has certainly been an entertaining one to watch thus far. So let's get right back out to it as we'll rejoin our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Here's McKinnon. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Throw right side taken in by Pettis. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he's got room. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Now a play fake here on first down. And now Garoppolo lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball. Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Again, it's Howard. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On third down, this is Howard. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. A good run by Jordan Howard, and now another 1st and 10. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. He stayed afloat for a second there after the first wave of contact, but that was going nowhere.
Yeah, what did he tell us in pregame? I just don't want to get my feet stopped initially when I'm trying to make a run. That's exactly what happened there. Unfortunately, as you noted, got away a little bit from the first one, but the wave swarmed him under.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He had 1 touchdown earlier, nearly a 2nd one there.
Yeah, it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play. Perhaps you go right back to him. Don't need the distance, but maybe he can pay things off after a big effort.
Trying to punch it in with Howard. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker.
And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. Jordan Howard, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead now up to 14. So that drive goes 8 plays, and finishing it off with a touchdown run was Jordan Howard. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The 49ers getting set to trot out there. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. So where to get symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, 75 yards. And the 49ers are back within a score. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. Remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Jordan Howard and the rest of the offense heading back out there. He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground, because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
On 3rd down, Howard still on his feet. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Now Wentz. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. Still going. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Yeah, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Boy, a tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high, the tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
On the give, running right is Howard. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Malcolm Smith with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And last time, the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. That one a first down pickup of 8. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. Garoppolo, 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Over the middle, and he's got good one, complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. It was Jalen Mills getting a hand in there defensively.
This goes to the goal line. You got to be very careful with the offense called rub routes. When I call a pick, trying to screen you up.
And he will find his receiver, Pettis, for a 49ers touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Powers through again. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and then, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the fourth. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yeah. Now Howard. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They go counter with Howard. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. A give left side to Howard. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Trying the right side with Howard. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Elliott on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So this drive spans 7 plays. And finishing it off with a touchdown run was Jordan Howard. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So Jimmy Garoppolo and the offense down by 10, 35 seconds to go. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a first down. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. Offense just continues to reign supreme. Big plays, both sides, back and forth. Tough to keep track of.
It certainly is, and I'm over here just marveling at what I'm seeing. It's tough for you, though. You've got to call all these big plays and have all this emotion each time they go at each other.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Goodwin. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. They go play action here on first down. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
Gold with the extra point. So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And the Eagles are going to recover. And that might be enough to put a bow on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Wentz with a kneel down, and that will be the final act of this game. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Eagles are winners here as we say so long from Philadelphia.